What's up, YouTubers? You know who it is. It's the Weird Child Travis back in full effect with a new video. And in this video, what I'll be talking about is why I'm more of a manga fan than I am a comic book fan. So let me just say this before I start. I've been watching both animes and superhero animated series as a kid growing up. So I don't have anything against people that are comic book fans. This is just a rundown of why I'm not into comics at all and why I mainly resonate with manga. So here we go. And those that know me know I'm into like various mangas, series slash anime. From watching my previous video about my love for anime and cartoons, so I give a rundown on that. But this is my explanation. When you look at DC Comics or you look at Marvel Comics, all you see is variations of a character, and then you see a story in an what if, regardless of the era, what if it's the Silver Age or the Golden Age, you see all these different these comics in no particular order whatsoever, but yet you look into like collecting all these comics, whether it be Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, the Hulk, the Avengers, Fantastic Four. It could be anything. It could be like Spawn, The Crow, Sacred Wars, Secret. I said Sacred Wars. I mean Secret Wars, Saga, all that stuff. There's no particular order when you read comics. That's one of the reasons why I don't really follow comics. Number two is this: there's too many spin-offs. You know, there's too many variations of the character. Like, for example, you have Robin from Dick Grayson up until, if I'm not corrected, I think it's Damian Wayne. Then you have 3 Flash personas. You have, I think it's Jay Berta, and then all the way up to Wally West. I know it's Jay Berta, Barry Allen, and Wally West. Then for the Green Lantern, it gets crazy. It's like 7 different Green Lanterns. I mainly know like John Stewart and Cal Gilbert and Hal Jordan, but I don't really follow the Green Lantern like that. I was about to say Sinestro, but I don't really consider him a Green Lantern. He's more like an anti-hero. So those are just examples of why I don't follow, comic books and even looking into comic books. And it's primarily the universes they keep making. Like, they keep spinning off the characters, saying that Batman's gonna have like a family. His family become Batman instead of him. There's a Black Spider-Man. There's Bizarro having his own world. Stuff like that makes me confused and baffled. With all due respect to all the comic fans, I'm not trying to like defecate in people and say, oh, comics suck. No, I like all types. I like comics, but I just can't get into following it because I'm mainly more of a consistent person. So when I read manga, I'm used to reading the whole series from like 1 volume all the way up into like 28 volumes or even more than that. Just for example, But this is mainly the major reasons why I don't follow comics. You gotta focus on what era you want to read. Then you want to select what's going to be in your repertoire in terms of what you accumulate in terms of reading comics, and that's about it. But I don't really read comics, and I don't even see the effort to read all that. And that's a lot of money, man. That's a fortune right there. To have all those type of comics. She's like, oh, well, I got Batman from 1940 all the way up until 2018. That's a lot of dedication. I can't do that. However, what I can do is be versatile at reading various manga series because I'm a versatile person. For example, I'm into series like My Hero Academia, Death Note, Dragon Ball series, one of the most accentuated manga series of all time because it's part of pop culture. It's a blend of pop culture. It's mentioned in hip hop. It's parodied in TV shows, and the Super Saiyan transformation is so legendary that it's talked about in various videos, whether if it's by YouTube or just in like shows alone, or various forms of media. But I like Hajime no Ippo, Baki the Grappler. These are all series that was affirmation in my last video about my love for anime and cartoons, by the way. Baki the Grappler, Hajime no Ippo. Those are two series I would like to read, but it's not in English. It's not published at all in English. And it's one of the longest mangas out right now, still going. So, what I said, Baki the Grappler, Hajime no Ippo, Death Note, Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho. Guy, you can't go wrong with Yu Yu Hakusho. Shout out to all the Death Note fans because I'm wearing my Death Note shirt right now. Yu Yu Hakusho is number one for me in terms of supernatural because of the hidden truths and spirituality there. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. And I can't forget Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin is dope. One Punch Man is dope. Those are the type of series I like, And for me, when I read manga, it's not like I feel like, oh, I gotta go from here to here, and then go to this route and that. It's from like point A to point B. For me, it's more, okay, I read the whole series from volume 1 all the way up to the last volume, and that's it. It's similar, but it's not the same thing because when you're reading manga, you're looking at the subgenre of the series, and that's what distinguishes manga from comic books, of DC, Marvel, and all different types of imprint comic, companies, right? So you're looking at the subgenre, and most of the stuff I read is very versatile in terms of the subgenre: sports, supernatural, science, fantasy. All that's primarily what I read. But just that's how versatile I am with manga. But when it comes to comics, I can't look for anything. The only thing in comics, like, you may have a spin-off, but the spin-offs for comics to me is like more in no particular order. With manga, there's like a certain spin-off you could read, or a reboot of the series you could read, but you don't have to. You just want to read the series, and that's what I mainly do. That's all I wanted to talk about. But shout out to all the anime/manga fans, and slept to the crevices, and goodbye humanity, hello higher self. See you guys later.